sin. One team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, as we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Hokies will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Florida State's offense will start this game off. First down. Using the quick game. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll close in on. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Going right to work up top. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's got him. Open space at the 25. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got his man quickly. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
Well, this offense is...
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He'll do it himself. Smashes through the tackle. Turning it on. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Hokies racing to the line in the hurry-up. For straight line speed, Virginia Tech's had a lot of quarterbacks over the years who had some wheels.
I mean, this guy's got so much gas. He can just get up and go so quickly, and then they bring the fake in there, and there's just a lot to try to stop with this Virginia Tech quarterback.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dome. To the air, it's Hayes. Fires on the move. Complete on the comeback. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right.
He'll take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. Quarterback making adjustments. He'll start this drive firing. The quick out. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him! And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. And the Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He's got his man. On the move at the 30. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. Quickly complete. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Wants to throw again. Now adjusting. Had nowhere to go with that one. Had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes, but 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Pocket breaking down. They get to him as he throws. And with a... They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Off the play fake on first down. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. It's Cook. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. So first down here as they go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Buys a little time. On the move, he fires. Makes the grab. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. It's complete to the left. And into the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Hayes. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense got it. They're on the run. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Seminoles with a big opportunity to take this sudden change and make it sudden points. Flushed out of the pocket. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even...
Touchdown, Florida State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation. And you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
The kick is on its way. Makes the grab close to the logo. And there he goes! Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time, they'll... And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Noles! Back to throw, it's Hayes. Here's the Hayes. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know what?
And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Here's the return. Slips through the line. There he goes. Open it up. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They have it once again in spectacular field position. Cashed in the last time and even better this time around. Gets it out quickly. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They want to throw it. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the tailback. Hard running there. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. It has been a less than stellar start in ACC play, and now the mission is to try to keep this season from going down the drain.
Yeah, and you got to find new ways to motivate. You came into the season, you're probably like, hey, listen, we want to be ACC champs, and that dream is probably got. Let's refocus, right, Jesse? It's really fun to be that team in the middle towards the end of the year, too, where you can play spoiler.
Yeah, it's all about building, too. Just one game at a time, and it just takes one win to get the season completely turned around. This team has not yet quit on the year. They're still out playing hard with great effort. They just got to put a full game together.
And the Hokies send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields the punt and tries to help improve that field position. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Using his legs to buy some time. Finds his back in the middle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Grab behind the line. It's Cooks. Touchdown, Florida State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looking to throw, it's Hayes. Trying to get behind the defense. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Hokies line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the ball comes to rest right there.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly.
Wide open on the right. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Lost one deep down the right side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Fires to the tight end. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to...
A shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Going deep. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
Here we go.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, no! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, what great.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And the Hokies will send out the punt unit. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And they'll just down it right there. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. He's out past the 35 and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
This defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. Lots of room to run. Touchdown Seminoles. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself on the draw. Oh, he's got some space.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing.
The Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Gonna swing it on second down. Bringing the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden...
And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Hokies will call on their punt team. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Slithers into space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
Breaks into the open. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
To the air on first down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Florida State. A great catch and run for 6.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff... a good job of scheme.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Wants to go up top on first down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
I tell you what. QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action. Rushes on him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He lobs one high down the left side. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And they'll blow this one dead at the 20-yard line.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
The toss to the right. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. He's at the 40, at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knowles!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. They're setting up the screen. At the 35, he's open. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Hokies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
And coaches and players, a lot of times, they call it instincts. But it's just a knack. It's just a feel. It's something that's inside of you. This guy consistently feels where the ball's going. That's interception number 8 on the season.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. There he goes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Here we go. Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, he's got a chance. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown Seminoles! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. End off from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Florida State. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have got... And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays, and now you're down, and they know to rush the pass.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice.
Turning it on! The 40! Running inside the 20! And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, no! Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Plows through the defense. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. To the air on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Hokies will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense, whether they've been running the football.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Quick completion to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
The Hokies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And this defense is bringing the heat, another sack. And how about that play by the free safety? You sort of got the feeling somebody's band was going to be playing after that one. Big gamble by the defense.
Yeah, hey, great job timing it up, catching them off guard, bringing the blitz. It is. Now, you say that because I get it. It's high risk, high reward. That time, high reward, getting a sack.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Hokies decide to punt it away. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to do.
Breaks into the open on the left. He's at the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. The run from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. Breaks into the open. The 50. He's inside the 40. The 20. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Hokies will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt will come to rest just inside the 30. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. The jet sweep pass, finding an escape route. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. And the Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other to start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.